Hi, this is Mark Woodruff with Woody Creative. I'm making a short video to show some functionality that might allow us on My Player to Player to expand from one region to another, from the Lake Travis area to also include other regions. There's a couple ways we could do it, and there's some unique requirements here. But to start, just a little background. Every player in the system is a project. They're not a post, they're not a page, they're called a project. Um, and and those projects are attached to categories, and the categories are how we say if somebody coaches for football, well, then we tag them in their within that player's or that coach's project page. We'll check the football box, and you can see there's 10 coaches that have had that football category box checked. There's 3 that have had the lacrosse category checked. So let's look at so this is the sort of generic basketball page, and I probably should go over to say here. So search coaches. If you go to search coaches and you pick a basketball, so you haven't said if you want Waco or Lake Travis area or anything else. And right now it only is for Lake Travis, but it doesn't even say Lake Travis. But in other words, that's the basketball page we're talking about, and it pulls these projects, these coaches, according to whether they have whether they checked the box called basketball, which is a category. So one way to do this would be to continue to have it be all the Lake Travis players with basketball. Currently, there are 5 coaches. We just keep that category, but we rename it as Basketball LT. And we create a similar category called Basketball Waco. And we do that for all of these. So you could do it for multiple regions. And it doesn't really matter if this gets crowded because nobody ever really sees this. This is just a box that's checked on the back end. So anyway, so then when you want to show people the basketball page, this one, and they go here, I want basketball. They haven't even said what area they are interested in. This is that basketball page. We can have 2 different portfolios on the page. So this is what we're looking at here. You can have an LT basketball coaches. That's what we currently have. I just added LT. But then I added a second one, just duplicated it, and this test, this is be a test coach. This test coach, if I right click on it and open up in a new tab, is tagged with the project. I'm sorry, the category called Basketball Waco. This is that basketball, the project, the Waco coach, the one. Right there. So that's, you could make it, I guess, fairly obvious. You could also, if you really wanted to, put direct links and sidebars that said basketball Lake Travis and below that basketball Waco. But that means this gets a little messy. I think it's okay to probably let them get to this page. Then the question becomes, okay, well, how if somebody comes to this page and there's 5 different regions, we'd have to think about how we would organize it. And it might be that we took them to an interim page that said, oh, you want basketball? Okay, well, first tell us, click your region. Do you want Lake Travis, Westlake, Waco, South Austin? And it would go, if they picked Lake Travis, they'd go to a page that just had this information. If they picked Waco, it'd go to a page that just had this information. But anyway, again, so that's one component of it, and I think that could be a solution, and I think it's scalable to a certain extent. Also, this is the test page for the Waco coach. I added, if you want to have somebody confirm, this adds another layer of granularity, but we've sort of noticed that, well, the coaches some of them don't want to travel from Spicewood out to, Lakeway or vice versa. So for each coach, if they wanted to, we could say, hey, do you have a radius? And if so, tell us where you are. And we don't have to show their actual location, but we can put kind of a pin that's sort of in the area. But we need something that we can start from. But we can set a radius of, however big they want outside from their location that they're willing to travel. And this isn't really interactive as much as, you could just, it is kind of, you can click on it, but it's basically just are you pretty much in that area? Because it's not really definitive. It's not like, it's not like a electronic dog fence where you cross outside and beep, 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 they don't serve that area. But anyway, you could put something like this. Hey, first confirm the location before you book. Please ensure your home or the meeting location is within the travel radius for this coach. So if a coach doesn't even want to mess with it, they don't have to, but it gives us a good way to quickly have someone not book somebody if that coach isn't willing to travel to whatever that location is. I think that kind of combination might be give us some additional functionality, but hopefully the addition of the geographic component by just adding categories lets us quickly add a Waco or a Westlake and give people some sorting options.